talk
solution
about the
refers
past
to the
proposals, but
creation of an
also how such
independent
proposals can
Palestinian
be helpful
state
in
in the
the
West
future.
Bank and
The
Gaza,
proposal
with
that
East
was put
Jerusalem as
forth
the
by playing a
capital, living.
Delegate of USA, you can revert back to delegate of
asked
Palestine.
by the delegate of Palestine was
Just a second. Delegate of Palestine, can you switch on your video? Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah, go ahead.
so the question asked was why we don't the USA does not support Palestine getting UN membership, and then you were asked a follow-up question which was, can you please repeat it?
I was asking, despite your president, Mr. Barack Obama, saying that he hoped that Palestine would be admitted to the UN, still the USA is using its veto power to not grant membership.
Okay, so the President Barack Obama speaking about it was a few years ago, and also looking at the you had also asked about why Israel is a member and not Palestine because of my answer. You had asked a follow-up question. So I'd say that Israel had gotten its membership in 1949, which was long back ago. And if we currently are talking about Palestine getting a membership, so at this current point, looking at the conflict, looking at what all things are happening um, in both the countries, the USA would strongly suggest for the conflict to end once and then Palestine getting a membership. So
Can I get a follow-up?
Totally.
Delegate, what is the logic behind the conflict getting solved and then Palestine getting membership? Because a lot of conflicts are going on currently in the world right now. For example, India-Pakistan is going on right now. Similarly, there's enmity between Russia and USA. So what is the logic between, why does the membership of Palestine at the UN depend upon the solution of the conflict?
You had asked this question earlier as well, and I had answered that USA believes that a country must have borders, which Palestine does not, unfortunately. Also, the conflict does affect things with both the countries. Palestine does get a chance to put its views forward in the UN, but getting a membership right now.
Does that satisfy your question, delegate?
Not really. Can I get a follow-up again?
Okay, this is the last follow-up, delegate.
So Palestine will get borders only when it gets sufficient recognition, only when Israel recognizes, only when the UN or only when the world forums recognize that there is a state called as Palestine officially. Right now, around 130 countries have accepted, but until the USA gives its approval for Palestine to be admitted, Palestine cannot be recognized. And unless it becomes a member of the UN, it cannot get all the necessary aid and all the necessary resources which the UN provides. So how is Palestine supposed to end the conflict, or how is Palestine supposed to negotiate with Israel when it is not even recognized as a legitimate country on an international forum?
I'll say this again. I did say this in 2 or 3 of my speeches or the answers to your questions, that it's all about Israel and Palestine. It's not just that Palestine needs to needs to end this conflict. It's from both the sides. Until and unless both the countries are ready to cooperate, ready to settle down, the conflict is not going to end. So it has to be from both the sides. So it's not that.
Why does that tie into Palestine getting a membership at the UN? Why is that tying it? There are two separate issues. Palestine wants a membership since the last 50 to 60 years, and the conflict is going on for the same period of time. But these issues are not really correlated. They are rather subsidiaries of each other.
I'd say the USA believes that these points are related about the conflict and Palestine getting a membership, because the two-state solution is proposed by a lot of countries and should be followed, and once the treaties are signed,
Palestine cannot be recognized as a state unless it gets a membership from the UN. The two-state solution focuses on two states, Israel and Palestine. But right now, Palestine is not a state. So ultimately, the two-state solution will not be fruitful because Palestine is not even recognized as a state. So how you think that the two-state solution?
Once the two-state solution is accepted, Palestine will get its recognition, right?
Delegate, the two-state solution has been going on for the last 50 to 60 years, and till now a solution has not been reached because of Israel's enmity and atrocities towards the Palestinian people. So do you want my people to stay in refugee camps to suffer for another 60 to 70 years before USA grants its recognition?
I'd say a quarrel requires two. So it's not just Israel, it's also from Palestine side. So USA feels that Israel and Palestine must sort these things out, And as I said, proposals should be made and points should be included with both the countries agree to. It shouldn't be like there are points which only Israel agrees to or only Palestine agrees to. Both the countries need to agree to all the points.
All right.
Are you all done, delegates?